Hello and welcome to BearNews. I'm Michaela Lander.
And I'm Ashley Franco. Coming up on today's show, we have information about UNC's deal with a fraudulent software company.
UNC dips into financial reserves after low graduate enrollment. Stay tuned for all the current details.
We've got all that and more on this episode of BearNews.
Don't go anywhere. The University of Northern Colorado lost a sizable amount of money after contracting with a software developer that didn't actually exist. According to a report first published in the Greeley Tribune, the university paid more than $85,000 to a company called Bosage Inc. The company was supposed to work with UNC in developing an online teaching software. The Tribune said UNC paid a down payment of more than $40,000 and set up a payment plan of $4,000 per month back in 2014. Although the developers did a small amount of work, it was only a fraction of the promised amount. According to Tribune, Bosage claimed to be out of San Jose, California, and also claimed to have offices in New York, but the company wasn't registered in either of those states. Additionally, the company's website simply says that it's under construction. University representatives told the Tribune that in light of this incident, they're changing the way they make purchases by requiring more information up front from the companies they might hire. The Tribune said UNC won't try to get the money back because it would just be too expensive.
If you're a student employee, you might have trouble resetting the URSA password for your first.last name account. Information Management and Technology recently learned about a security threat where 12 employees had their account information reset and W-2 tax forms stolen. As a result, they temporarily disabled the password reset tool. While they said no students' accounts were compromised, this situation serves as a reminder to be cautious about who you give your personal information to, especially during tax season. We'll monitor that password reset portal to see when it's back up. In the meantime, you can contact the Technical Support Center to reset your student employee password. Unrelated to the event, IMNT now requires all students to change their URSA passwords every 365 days. If you haven't changed yours yet, be sure to do it by February 26th to avoid being locked out. You can do that right from URSA. I changed my password on URSA. Michaela, have you?
You caught me. I have not changed my password yet, and that's something I have to do before I get kicked out of URSA. Well, if you've been in Michener Library recently, you might have noticed an exhibit that weaves throughout the main floor. I Want the Wide American Earth is a unique exhibit from the Smithsonian Institute that explores how Asian Pacific Americans lived through history. The exhibit is made up of pictures and personal stories from the first Asian immigrants to come to America. Pictures and documents show the struggles Asian immigrants faced, including legal exclusion, civil rights violations, and unlawful detention. The exhibit starts at the front of the library's main floor and tells stories through a triangle of freestanding posters. Each group of posters gives insight to a specific person's life and their unique story. Although each group of posters is separate, they line up chronologically to coincide with different historical events. The exhibit ends on a positive note, showing advances made by Asian Americans. It showcases historical instances like when the first Asian Pacific immigrant became a member of Congress, and even has pictures of famous actors such as Bruce Lee and Olympian Christy Yamaguchi. The Smithsonian Asian Pacific American Center created the exhibit, and it's co-sponsored by the Asian Pacific American Student Services at UNC, University Libraries, and Student Senate. The exhibit is on display until April 8th during library hours. Black History Month started off with snow showers, but today is sunny and warm. How are Greeley's current conditions, Braden?
Hey, right now it looks like in Greeley our conditions right now are pretty sunny with our temperatures hanging out in the mid-50s and our sustained winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. The record for today was set 3 years ago with a high of 66 degrees. And tomorrow it looks like your walk to classes are going to be pretty cold with our temperatures hanging out in the low to mid-20s for tomorrow. Back to you.
Well, if you haven't heard about the rural teachers crisis in Colorado, now's the time to listen up. For many rural schools across the state, finding qualified teachers is difficult. Salaries can start less than $35,000, and most candidates might not even consider applying because the cost of living is too high. Along with a few other universities in the state, UNC received a $50,000 grant from the Colorado Department of Higher Education to boost recruitment and retention of educators in rural areas. 2 assistant professors from the Educational Leadership and Policy Studies program will collaborate with the East Central and Northwest borders of cooperating education services to develop rural learning communities. Among the other things, they will create professional development opportunities for teacher mentors to support new teachers. The grant works in tandem with the Colorado Center for Rural Education, which is housed at UNC. Every first and third Saturday from November to April, community members wake up early to get a glimpse of the indoor farmers market at Zoe's Cafe. The city of Greeley has hosted an indoor farmers market for more than 20 years and welcomes local vendors to sell their products to the community. This year, the city wanted to center the market around food only. From locally grown beef to fresh spinach and even homemade dog treats, each vendor had unique products. 13 different vendors occupy the market space, including Red Crow Bakery, Redemption Road Coffee, Spice Brothers, and Eden Herbs and Flowers, to name a few. Almost every booth offered a taste of their product and gave each customer a little bit of background to inform them on what their companies have to offer. The market has something for everyone in the family and offers a friendly environment. If you're in the mood for something fresh, don't miss this indoor farmers market, which is open from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information about the farmers market, go to greeleygov.com.
In spite of continued enrollment growth for the past 3 years, UNC's budget remains tight and the university continues to dip into financial reserves to make ends meet. In a memo sent to all UNC employees, University President Kay Norton applauded the more than $3 million in savings identified for the current year budget. Those savings came in non-personnel capital and technology projects areas. But lower graduate enrollment than planned for spring semester means the university has to spend about $3 million more out of the university's reserves. In addition to the lower graduate enrollment, the university is also spending more on tuition discounting and adjunct faculty. The university's reserve account now stands at about $44 million. For next year's budget, Norton says they've identified $1.5 million in personnel savings by holding, eliminating, and restructuring vacant positions. Norton says the university wants to save another $1.7 million from the strategic investments budget and plans to examine the tuition discounting strategy to make sure it's helping generate additional money. Since 2014, graduate enrollment grew by 42% and new freshman enrollment is up by 10%.
Stay tuned for students' responses to a white supremacy group on campus and a full weather forecast.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Clean kitchen.
Welcome back. Great to have you here. I'm meteorologist Abigail Stewart. This photo was taken this morning at YMCA in Estes Park, Colorado. And as you can see, while they may have more snow on the ground than we have here in Greeley, that's actually not much for this mountain town. Right now, most of the state is classified under drought. Here in northern Colorado, we're abnormally dry, but in southern Colorado, they're experiencing severe drought. And this is reflected in our current snowpack values. In southern Colorado, they're only seeing 30 to 40% of normal snowpack, whereas here in the northern Rockies, we're seeing around 80 to 90%. While we like those 80 to 90% better, we're very, very concerned about our southern Rocky Mountains. Today, we've mostly just been seeing some clouds come and go over Greeley, Colorado, but the radar today actually isn't showing us much. We do have a chance for snow in our forecast, however. Right now, stationary front just outside of Colorado with high pressure, keeping those clouds away. But a cold front starts to move in and push that high pressure out and start to bring us a chance for snow tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to see temperatures below freezing for most of the day, and at 5 p.m. those winds are going to start to kick up ahead of that snowstorm that we're expecting. For Saturday, low pressure stays, cold front stays too, and brings us our Rocky Mountains some much deserved snow, and will hopefully bring those snowpack values a lot higher than what we saw. Tomorrow, chance for snow starts at 7 p.m. with 32 degrees as our high. Saturday, 1 to 3 inches of snow expected with highs only around 20 degrees. We finally reach those mid-40s again on Sunday and Monday, and then cool down to a chilly 33 by Tuesday. Back to you.
Is there a woman in your life who inspires or motivates you? If so, there's a way to thank them by nominating them for the Women's Resource Center Annual Recognition Reception. The Resource Center offers 2 different awards for outstanding women. The Inspiring Women's Award is for the person who speaks to your truths and goals and makes an impact in your life. This award allows you to honor women at UNC who make a difference every day in people's lives. The Outstanding Mentor Award is for someone who provides guidance and support to help you find your true self. This award is perfect for women who go above and beyond, not only on campus, but in the community as well. If you'd like to nominate someone, head to the Women's Resource Center page at the UNC website. They accept nominations until March 9th. Next Wednesday is Valentine's Day, and if you haven't had any plans yet, there are plenty of festivities right here on campus for the single and spoken for. If your partner is one for the romantics, consider hiring the UNC Chamber Choir to serenade your sweetheart. The proceeds go to the Chamber Choir Barcelona and Paris Summer Tour Fund. Personalize your request by tomorrow night at uncsingingvalentines.com. But what if your significant other is more of a thrill seeker? Women's basketball takes on Weber State this Saturday at noon. Cheer them on as they try for their 5th consecutive win. For the power couples out there, stop by the V-Day event at the University Center from Monday to Wednesday. V-Day is a global movement to end violence against women and girls. However you choose to celebrate Valentine's Day, we'd love to see it. Share your Valentine's moments with us on Twitter and Instagram at UNCO BearNews.
Now, if you really want to do something different this Valentine's Day, share love in a surprising way. Wednesday night is our campus's Relay for Life kickoff party. Relay for Life is a global fundraiser for the American Cancer Society. Volunteers can build teams to help raise money against cancer. This event is a big occasion on campus, and the UNCO Relay Committee is starting early to help every team succeed. You can get information along with helpful tips and some free food from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. on February 14th in Columbine B at the University Center. So from now until the day of the relay on April 6th is the time to build teams, raise money from your community, and start helping those affected by cancer. Super Bowl Sunday not only delivered an Eagles win, but also brought many other surprises. Reporter Zoe Campbell is filling in for Sean Waldy today to bring us the latest in entertainment news.
This was an exciting week for entertainment due to a baby reveal, a controversial Super Bowl halftime show, and a surprise movie release. Reality TV star Kylie Jenner announced Sunday afternoon she's the proud mother of a baby girl. Lots of speculation surrounding Jenner's pregnancy because she didn't really say whether she was actually pregnant throughout the entire pregnancy. In late September of 2017, rumors surfaced that Kylie Jenner and boyfriend Travis Scott began telling close friends and family that they expected a baby girl. New rumors began circulating that Kylie might be Kim's surrogate because of reports at the same time that Kim Kardashian and her husband were expecting their 3rd child through a surrogate. In October, TMZ reported Kylie bought $70,000 worth of luxury baby items. In December, Kim Kardashian posted 25 pictures to her Twitter account, and as each day passed and new pictures were posted, fans began to realize that all the sisters were part of the project except for Kylie. Fast forward to Sunday, Jenner made the big announcement welcoming her baby girl to the world and also explained to fans why she decided not to tell them about the baby. Jenner said that she was sorry for keeping fans in the dark throughout all the assumptions, but her pregnancy was a journey she didn't want to do in front of the world. Jenner gave birth February 1st, and the baby weighed in at 8 pounds and 9 ounces. Sunday wasn't only a big day for Kylie Jenner. Justin Timberlake returned to the Super Bowl stage and was the performer at the halftime show during Super Bowl 52. But Timberlake's performance drew mixed reactions from those who watched. Timberlake showcased a range of his own hits, but included a performance of Prince's I Would Die For You, with a giant projection of the artist on a big sheet behind Timberlake. A Twitter announcement 2 days before the Super Bowl that Justin would feature a hologram of Prince during his performance quickly upset Prince fans. The late artist's fans took to Twitter discussing why the hologram of Prince wasn't a good idea and shouldn't happen during the halftime show. Some fans even pointed out that Prince didn't like Timberlake and said in interviews that he didn't like the idea of returning from the grave in a virtual reality format because he felt it was demonic. When Timberlake's performance concluded with no Prince holograms, some fans felt relief, but it left others still upset that Timberlake included Prince in the performance. After the Super Bowl ended, a trailer dropped for the new movie in the Cloverfield series. The first Cloverfield premiered in 2008 and 10 Cloverfield Lane came in 2016. The two films were loosely connected, but the film never explained how. When news of the film surfaced saying that it would bypass theaters and go straight to Netflix, it made fans excited but also nervous. Formerly known as Good Particle, the film showcased an impressive cast as well as the promise of the franchise's pedigree. But once the trailer dropped and they announced the plan to stream the film on Netflix, some critics didn't like it. Some felt that the film gave off a bland and tired vibe, saying that it had many twists and turns but forgot to build the most important aspect, believable and sympathetic human characters. While Netflix deserves credit for trying to dodge negative buzz that they had before, this time it was a miss. And that's it for the entertainment news this week, but come back next week for the latest in the world of entertainment. Back to you.
Late last week, a white supremacist group hung hateful posters on Colorado campuses, including UNC.
Colorado State University's president publicly condemned the posters on their campus, but Kay Norton has yet to release a statement.
BearNews reporter Sarah Methuselah asked students what they thought about both the posters and President Norton's silence.
I'm Sarah Methuselah reporting from the Michener Library, asking students what their thoughts are on the white supremacist posters hung up at school last week and Kay Norton's silence.
Just ignorance. It's really all it comes down to at this point. I mean, everyone, especially in our generation, I think we should all know by now, we should all be aware of what's going on around us and that people are equal and things like that. They just, I understand from a viewpoint of like freedom of speech, but there's things that people say that are hurtful. I just don't think they understand sometimes.
I think as a member of this community and a student, I find it extremely offensive. And I just believe that we're a welcoming community. We should love everybody, and this is pretty upsetting.
I think based off I've been here for 3 years or so. I think based off how things have been turning out with how she handles things, I feel like she definitely takes her time. And I feel like, I don't know, when she does respond, it's very late, and it's usually not, I don't know, it's not enough. It's not enough of a response where you feel kind of like she's doing what she can to be as equitable or as fair as possible.
I think it's really ridiculous that, first of all, we're allowing people to express a group that's definitely not okay, and especially since she has had no response to it, that's also not okay, considering she's in charge of everything and she should be monitoring.
It's upsetting to see that on what I thought was a liberal campus, an open campus that welcomes everyone. I didn't know that happened. I'm kind of shocked right now.
Reporting from the Michener Library, I'm Sarah Methuselah, BearNews.
Despite Norton's lack of response, students are overwhelmingly concerned about the group's presence on campus.
And as time passes, it seems President Norton is less likely to make a statement regarding the situation.
And that's our show for tonight. Thanks for joining us this evening. Be sure to look out for us as our reporters cover weekly events around campus.
We'll be back next week, but until then, stay up to date on our Twitter and Instagram at UNCO Bear News. Be sure to follow us, and we'll see you next week.